Hi, today I want to reason with you that if we are given a finite decimal, it is okay to add some extra zeros to the very right of the decimal point. It doesn't change the finite decimal that we're given. So let's look at what I've written for you here. Let's first recall the fundamental fact about equivalent fractions that we discussed in another video. A fraction is unchanged when we multiply the numerator and the denominator by the same non-zero whole number. So this fact is true for any fraction, and hence this fact is also true for decimal fractions. Now, a consequence of this fundamental fact about equivalent fractions is the following statement. A finite decimal is unchanged when we add zeros to the right end of the decimal point. And here I have an example to show you this. What I'm claiming is that, look at this finite decimal, 8.97. I'm claiming 8.97 is exactly equal to 8.97000. So I've added some extra zeros, and I'm saying this finite decimal is exactly equal to this finite decimal, in the sense that when I plot them on the number line, they're going to be the exact same point. So how do we reason this through? Well, remember 8.97, this finite decimal, this is really an abbreviation for a certain decimal fraction, namely a fraction with a power of 10 in the denominator. Which one is it? Let's convert it back. 8.97 is really 897 over 100. This decimal point was just keeping track of that denominator of 100, which has two zeros in it. It's the second power of 10, and the number of decimal digits to the right you see is 2. So 8.97 is just another way of writing this decimal fraction. Well, how about 8.97000? By the same logic, that is really this decimal fraction, and you can perhaps right away see that this decimal fraction is exactly same as this. There are two ways of saying it. You can either start out here and use the fundamental fact about equivalent fractions, multiply the numerator and the denominator by 1,000, and you will exactly get this, which equals this. Or you can also start out here, write this decimal fraction, and then factor the numerator and denominator like this, 897 times 1,000, and the denominator is now 100 times 1,000, and you can use the cancellation law for fractions and cancel out these thousands, common factor of 1,000, and then you will see that this decimal fraction is in fact same as this decimal fraction. Either way, it works. So the moral of the story is these extra zeros really don't change. You can delete them and just keep 8.97. Or if you have 8.97 and you don't like the way it looks, and you feel like adding some extra zeros to the right, to the extreme right of the decimal point, you can go ahead and you can add more zeros as you like, and you're not going to change the finite decimal that you have. Thank you.